Welcome to Nier Automata. It is the year 11,945 AD. Aliens have invaded Earth with a machine army, forcing the human race to flee to the moon. But humanity hasn't completely left Earth behind. To help ward off the invaders, they've created a force of androids named Yorha, and you start off as one of these androids named 2B. Don't be fooled by the serious look of this game because it gets pretty weird. However, all of us here at Tips and Tricks love weird, so here are 5 tips for your journey through this 3D, top-down, side-scrolling, twin-stick, open-world action RPG. Tip number 1. Chips. Nier Automata has some fast-paced battles that can be grueling if you don't keep yourself in tip-top shape. Your skills and features are based on chips. These chips can add an assortment of effects to battling, from health increases to higher range damage, and even boosts for your gained XP. There are 2 chips you want to prioritize though. Equipping an anti-chain damage chip can give you time to heal after an attack. The second chip is an auto-heal chip. This chip can bring you to full health after battle. You can't jam yourself full of chips though, as delicious as that sounds. Each chip has a set number that indicates how many spaces it will take up in your programming. So, for best results, strategize what chips fit best and prioritize your combat needs. Side note, save and remove that pesky OS chip. Tip number 2. Fallen players. You're not the only player taking on Nier Automata. Throughout the world, you'll run into fallen Yorha androids. These bodies indicate where a player has recently died, which means they're a pretty good sign for when things are about to get tough. You can also choose to retrieve or repair these bodies. By retrieving the body, you'll be given an assortment of items that the body had on them. But if you repair, you'll gain a short-term ally that will fight beside you. The retrieve option might be the best choice of these options, as it can net you useful items and temporary chip effects. And while the repair option may net you a temporary ally, they don't seem to last very long. Tip number 3. Evading. As previously said, Nier Automata's land battles are very fast-paced, and the enemies don't attack one by one. This can be an issue when you're surrounded by enemies because it'll be a struggle to just stay alive. One extremely useful tactic is to tap evade as soon as you see the red eyes of an enemy flare up. Red eyes are typically a sign of an oncoming attack, so use evade to dash away and avoid being hit. This will also give you a chance to gain a little distance and heal up. Now, Nier does allow you the chance to attack from a distance, but it doesn't do nearly as much damage as your melee attacks. So you'll need to get up close and personal to quickly take down enemies, which makes evading essential. It all comes down to practice, really, and trust us, you'll have plenty of time to practice. Tip number 4. Retrieve your gear. Now, if you aren't good at evading, then you're going to die a few times. If you happen to meet a grueling demise, then you might have just lost a lot of important chips. Check your skills tab after you've died, and you may notice your non-HUD chips are missing. This is the price of death in Nier Automata. In order to retrieve these chips, you'll need to return to the location you died and retrieve your body. This isn't always an easy task though, as there's a reason you died in that area. And if you perish again, you can kiss those chips goodbye forever. So be sure to retrieve your body any chance you get. Side note, this tip is currently only relevant on Route A or B. And if you don't understand what we mean by that, then great, you're still on Route A. Tip number 5. Endings. Speaking of Route A and B, Nier Automata doesn't just end after your first playthrough. So if you've reached the credits for the first time and think you're done, you're so wrong. Nier Automata has 26 different endings, many of which are joke endings that can be achieved by running from bosses or abandoning teammates. Some, however, give you a different perspective on the overall story from another character's point of view. These endings will give you a lot more detail about what is actually going on in the world of Nier Automata. So you gotta let your inner completionist out to get the full experience. Despite the fact that this game takes place in a world full of mechanical beings, the creators of Nier Automata have given it vivid life and personality. The gameplay feels continuously fresh as you're moved from battle to battle. Plus, the story alone takes you on a long and weird journey through an apocalyptic future full of hardships, laughs, and even some WTF moments. So ready your swords and spears, it's time for battle. We wish you luck, fellow Yorha. May you continue to fight for the glory of mankind.
Glory to mankind.